Okay. 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 We're doing things now. Okay, I think we're at the point right here. It's been a while since I've made one of these. Not you.
Welcome back, Scooter.
Okay, well, I suppose we should find a place to make this track. Couple spots. Couple spots. I just deal with the wheel spinners first. Okay. I will take the money. I like this. I like to look at this car. Looks pretty fun. So. What are some good options for a place to start? I want to do one on the beach. I really want to do one on the beach. Let's see it. Let's see how this looks. Or click that button. Bonk. Actually, I know they have new sand. I don't feel it, but it might be not doing it right. Not the right case scenario. Okay, I don't want to do it again. I know there's another cool beach area down here. You. So I'm assuming this is the way it faces. Okay, now let's go ahead. Take the right. Thing, yeah, go up, and I'll kind of just sit way up and over. Have a big open backstretch as you come. Yeah, why not? We'll make it here. Okay. Okay, so awesome. I'll go to the next road here. Okay, let us start here. So I want to, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, step rotation on. 5 for the moment. Cool. Also, I've yet to look at give these an actual good look. One thing I gotta know. You. Yeah. Oh yes. I think this. Or just in the way I want it. No, it doesn't look the way I want to. Lame. Okay, how does the bottom of this look? I could maybe BS something like that. Okay, cool. Perfect. These are new. Speed bombs. No parking. Okay, so I think ramps and platforms is where they at. Dirt platform. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Think. Yeah, that's how you do it. Cool. Okay. should be. Oh. Okay, now really quickly I need to make sure, see how far I can go out to sea. Okay, that's farther than this one. But will it actually let me go this far out to sea? Okay, that is definitely larger than I'm gonna. Oh. Nope. Wrong button. No, it does not let me go that far out. Okay, that's an issue. Well. No, this won't work anymore. Sad noises. Hoping to do like a wipeout sort of thing. But it was all for naught. Putting it right outside Mexico circuit would be fun. Knees. Okay. I think we could. Yeah. Oh, put this cactus on my track. So this is a fun ride. Now, the real fun begins. I think that's pretty fun. You know what the heck, let's try it. You know what, yeah, I do like this. No, I'm not gonna do it again. Leg. So fun. I love this.
Ugh.
Hey, American operator. Unfortunately, there don't be a Furburb here. As much as I would love a Furburb. Currently, we have a Book. But nope, we don't got no blue. We don't got no Furburb right now. The Furburbs are great. Furburbs are great. But I don't currently have a Furburb running around this new horrible oval I'm creating. No, blue is a Furburb, and I like Furburbs. I like Furburbs more than I like Camaros. Honestly, I like Furburbs more than I like Monte Carlos. But like, yeah, it's a little bit janky, but I mean that just adds to the charm, doesn't it? So how much banking did I put over here? This much banking? Four clicks of banking. Okay, there's Martinsville is Martinsville is probably closest wide. This has way more banking than Martinsville. And if we do just a little bit of comparison. Yep, I remember it being that way. So Martinsville, I feel like if you wanted to park them, you could park them about 6 wide. Okay, yes. There are. I am assuming that. Let me realize we do some looking on the Discord. Murph, are you in the the NASCAR Busch Cup Series / SCRA chat? I'm guessing you might be. But there are. So there's a couple kind of defunct ones, although there's a lot of people itching to. Yeah, okay. So, White Sand / Devil Dunes runs V8 cars. Many V8 cars. We also run 4 cylinders too. I like 4 cylinders. Oh, you could send a murder vet. So I think there's a little bit of rumblings going on. I can send you a link to the Devil Dunes server because I think that, no offense, Bandit, I know you're not running anymore. I think Devil Dunes is the most aesthetically pleasing. Dusty Dunes, not Devil Dunes. How do I even... Okay. Oh, I can't sign into chat. Let me. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Okay. Okay. I put the link in the description. So this will take you to Dusty Dunes. Dusty Dunes is currently a little bit dead. But there's a lot of people here that like to race. Although, yeah. I'm not going. So, in my opinion, the best drivers. I'm not doing this saying this in order. The best drivers at doing this stuff would be probably you, Bandit, me, Cody. Beach is fast. Then Walker and Barley. That's about like the best oval racers in this game, in my opinion. So I have a feeling that there's going to be another server made by someone. Like, it just feels about that time that someone made a new one. But like, that's where you'll find the people. Oh, oval racing is not very difficult in this game. It just takes a little bit of not being dumb. That, a little bit of throttle control, tuning and building help a lot. How are we gonna come out here? That'll probably work okay. Honestly, I don't really want to run any point stuff. Like, maybe doing like 4 race championships might be fun. I am never going to be convinced to run for points. And I'm like, I would rather do like one night championships. That sounds fun to me. Or maybe do something over the offseason. Honestly, there's a couple people in the SCRA chat, in the SCRA server, that I would like to get in on this, but not many. Also, if any SCRA people are listening in, I'm waving. This seems a little sharp. Oh, this last turn is so narrow. Oh, jeez. Well, why did it get so tall? But no, like, street stocks, I think, were the most even class for building. Like, the best driver you see in the late models, but I don't find the late models fun personally. Now, around a couple tracks, oh yeah, they are sick, but I cannot stand driving them on that flat oval. Oh, the street stocks, oh boy, those things are lovely. For late models, it's like the 2018 Corvettes, the 2014, like, I don't remember the actual years, but the modern Corvettes that aren't mid-engined. And I'll say they probably handle more like modifieds than they do late models. But oh boy, they scoot. Yep. exactly. 2,800 pounds, I believe, too. So they are ridiculous. Honestly, I don't really care what induction they had because, like, power did not equal speed in that class. Oh, it's been a long time since Devil Dunes hosted a race. But I mean, a lot of the core people, like you're looking at two of the core people right now. I know another one of the core people that is on pretty regularly. Like it only takes a tiny bit of interest for things to start rolling around again. I would guess that some of the SCCRA people would be willing to drive V8 cars, although I wouldn't trust half of them to drive them. Fine. I'm willing to hop on a call at least. But on this track, it's going to take a little bit to get completely done. Nope, I didn't want to do that. So much. Speaking of iRacing, I started messing around with the AI racing stuff just for funsies. It's quite silly. Yeah, there's crossplay. It is. I can tell you because I'm playing on a PC right now. And I've played many a time with Xbox people. Well, I heard that you did it. That's why I heard that you did the AI stuff. That's why I started. Of course. Okay, no. Captain can't do any wrong. It was obviously your fault. It's gonna be a little slow, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. This is gonna be a really awkward track. Oh, do you have Rise on your PC now? It's so much nicer on PC. They have the Busch Cup Series, which are like 400 horsepower Monte Carlos. Okay, turn 1 of River City is fine. Turn 2 is not fine. I don't even know if you hit me. You thought you hit me before I thought you hit me. But we did get very close, yes. Also, we're gonna have to take like 2 pace ups to get all the shrubbery off this track. I mean, you opened yourself up for it. I ain't gonna apologize. You're the one who took the can opener to the worms. Okay, so I don't have it all done yet, but I could turn some laps. So I'm gonna turn a couple laps. Oh, can't go that high. Slow down. Oh, I need to soften the suspension on this thing. Yikes. I don't care. This is the first one I've built in months. I do need to soften that transition up more, though. Well, yeah, I know that. I'm painfully aware about the backslip. Yeah, these are not easy things to make. I didn't intend for it to be a paperclip, I just kind of started this way, and I didn't really have any intention on what I wanted to build, so I just kind of am going along with what I started. Okay, I might as well just... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would not still be playing this game if it wasn't for the Event Lab. Honestly, it's gonna kind of go right down. Oh, geez, nope. Nope, 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 nope. How do I fix this? Is the question. Oh, where at? Oh, I've heard of Big Diamond. I can't tell you where it is, but I've heard of it. But what was running? What size? Late models are cool. They're not my favorite, but I mean, Crate Sportsman, Roadrunners. Sounds like a fun show. I didn't want that button. I had to switch my buttons around or something. No worries. I do need to fix that. What do you mean top 5 numbers? Oh, what? Jeez. I'm trying to think what. Okay, 61 needs to be close to the top because of Barley and Beach, because that's one of the only repeat numbers. But still, I wouldn't put that at the top. I do not have the brain power to try and process this. Okay, what? I'm. See, I have no idea what the numbers you're typing mean at this point. It is far too late for my brain. Honestly, Reaper was good at racing, but he never really had much speed. I never saw speed out of Reaper. Which I hate to say, because cool dude. Best late model driver, you, Cody Walker. Throw Thunderstock up there, but he's like a 5th, and I don't know who's 4th. Again, I don't want to pick things in order. But there's not many that were worth the salt. Yeah, I mean, I only ever did one race with Walker. There. Yeah. Okay, not quite. I would not call myself number 1. I would call myself number 2 probably. The thing is, when things changed, the shoebox. When things changed, I didn't keep up. I mean, the shoebox could keep up, but it could not run down the Kazi, which I still loathe that car. Although Cody doesn't think it's the fastest anymore. Okay, I need to give it a tiny bit more banking, or else this is never gonna work. Oh yeah, and I still hate it. Because, like, I think the Acura could keep up with the shoebox. But then that kind of came in and blew it out of the water for the moment. Which is completely fair, but also, Cody could have built an Acura to beat me. Oh yeah, definitely. The problem is the shoebox was so... It was all... not all rear grip, but the thing was so tight that you couldn't lose the back end. Look at how bad this backstretch is. Oh, the street stocks, I think, was objectively the best class. Now, personally, there's some changes I would make to the street stock class itself, just because I like the rally tires better, personally. And I wouldn't say anyone. There are some people who just didn't quite have it. But, I mean, 2/3 of the field could. Like, Combat Ghost never really had it, unfortunately, but that's because he's in a Mustang. So he kind of did it to himself. Like, nothing against Barley, he never impressed me in the street stock. But, I mean, like, Zach was good, but I think Zach had issues getting through traffic without beaching them. Oh yeah, I mean, it was not uncommon to see Zach there, but it was hard. Zach had a hard time getting to there. Once he was there, he was fine. Yeah. The problem with me is, like, I normally would get to the front and then stay at the front. Like, I would be able to, like, get 2 people at a time on restarts, and then I never had anything, like, once I got stuck behind someone, it was over for me. Or I would just go backwards. Okay, no, it wasn't that. It was where did he come from? It was how he jumped the start like heck. Yeah, you guys are a bunch of restart jumpers. I actually have a video of me doing 4 cylinders with some other people. Tracks coming around. Oh, no, okay. Cody jumped the restart when he was in the lead because you guys were a bunch of psychos. But no, I have a video when I was racing with some other guys doing 4 cylinders, and a couple of them were pretty restart jumpy. They also started at the gantry line. So that was interesting. I have not messed around with the Camaros enough to give you an actual decent answer. Um, Honestly, I like my Buick. The Monte Carlos are good. The 79 Camaro is probably the most commonly used one, and it can still win races. You won't go wrong with either. I mean, I know some people wanted us to ban the metrics. I don't know why. I think the Firebirds are fine, but I think someone thinks that they're not as good as the Mero. That's perfectly fair. I built a Buick because I race a Cutlass, so I wanted to do that. And there's no Cutlass in this game. I mean, I originally built a GTO just because no one else was running them, and it turned out to be way too slow. What is this track? Hey, nice. Yeah, I've got like, how many full seasons? I got like 4 seasons under my belt now within different classes. I never ran more than 1 year in any class, except for Tracers, where I ran like a year and a half technically. But I ran half a year with the Sportsman, a full year with the Pure Stock. So I ran newbies, which were 4 cylinders for the kid class. I ran that until when I turned 18, I moved up to the 4-cylinder adult class. Then I raced a Sportsman, being just a 500 horsepower Monte Carlo with asphalt slicks on it and a modified rear end. Then now I have a pure stock, so like 300 horsepower stock suspension metric car. Actually, if you look on my YouTube a little while back, you can see my commentary on one of my races. And if you see a number 30 car, either black or blue, that is American Operator in his Furbird. Cool. Now it's about a race. Pretty much a race. This track has some issues. Yeah, it definitely needs walls, but I just want to get the track surface done so I could run laps and then fix the surface again. Uh, SCRA is one half of the series. Busch is the other half of the series. The Busch stuff, I think only one out of like their 8 races is the dirt oval. Everything else is asphalt, small circuits. I think they do theirs either like Thursdays or Fridays. SCRA is done Sundays. But the SCRA stuff is run by Animated, and then Sleepy runs all the Busch stuff. Yeah, I have no idea. I know that I can't run the Busch stuff, so I'm not super worried about it. But I mean, I'll get him to run some good stuff at some point. I've already got one of them. There's not an active server, but there's active people within a server. So I'm gonna guess if you start posting around, then people will start showing up. That's kind of just what happens. And I'll say that, like, this is the first time Bandit's been looking at stuff in a while. So, WSS was I don't know if it's necessarily the first group that did this, but it was the first group that I knew of that did it. We only had 3 classes, and we had decent fields, and then we found Dusty Dunes, or whatever they call it. And then it kind of merged, kind of didn't. Kind of, but not exactly. It's complicated. I mean, White Sands hasn't done anything really in a while, but like, it's weird. I know there's a couple servers that are kind of around, and like, yeah, I think your best bet is hang around in Dusty Dunes, because everyone that's in White Sands is probably in Dusty Dunes too, or everyone that's even remotely active. And I mean, and if you, I don't know, it might be worth staying in the Bush Series / SCRA chat, just because I know there's people that run things, and anyone who's willing to try and drive stuff is someone who might just get hooked on these. So. Honestly, I would build a car and try it because it is a lot of fun. But like, I'm not gonna say, hey, you should run for points. I definitely need to put a Wallace on here. Stop that from happening. What car did you build, might I ask? That's fair. So I think the legal cars, there's a couple Acuras, there's a couple Hondas, um, and then you could do a Focus or a Fiesta. Fair enough. And we gone. No, that okay. Also, that's not legal for SCRA. The Godzilla are not legal. Okay, so what is middle? Cosworth is a Ford rally car. Okay, the Integras are good, but they kind of need to be built a certain way. Just curious, how much PI is it? Not that its PI is like, because there's a very specific way you got to build them. I think that's a bit low. I could help you build your Integra. I'm always happy to help people out, especially if it means kicking Curtis's butt. Okay, I am going to really quickly finish this thing. I could, are you able to, talk on party? Are you able to, talk on a party, on, party chat? Yep, okay. If you want to send me a friend request, we could talk on party and I could get you set up with Accurate. It is the exact same as everything else. It is Cutlass 206. Or 206 technically, but let me the Xbox app on my thing. Oh, there we are. Hello. Okay, how do I reset this thing back to default? I am not hearing you if you are speaking, but... Make sure... Yeah, it says you're in the thing, so... I don't know if you're having mic issues, but... Let's get a car built. So, first off, race transmission, rally differential, just because those are required. They're going to change rules to 225s, so put 225s on the car. Track width up, because that. The standard rims, because gotta have those. Rally tires, because you gotta have those. Cage, and these, because I believe these are all required. Oh, I hear noises. I can hear someone.
Very good.
It's just very quiet. Let me see if I can turn you up.
Yeah, people were telling me my microphone's quiet.
Oh, yeah. There's a little bit. Let me turn my headphones up a little bit. Turn the music down a little bit. Not that
This
much.
thing even sounds like a shitbox.
I mean, it is an Acura. Okay. So yeah, so start off with all the required upgrades that the rules say, and put your tires to 225s because they're going to change the rule.
You mean the how wide they are?
Yes. Yeah. Because they had an issue with the rules where you could only run stock tire sizes, and not all the cars have the same stock tire size.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I kind of smoked them all because I had 225s and they all had 205s.
Only on the front.
All sides. All
Oh.
front and rear. And then sport weight reduction. Gonna do this as I go. Do not. Forza Aero might be allowed. Do not put it on. It will rob you of so much top speed.
I gotta rejoin that server.
Yeah. I have a YouTube video which has a link in it, or you could find any of the other links.
I think I might still have that the link saved somewhere on my iPad. Let me find that. Notes. Yep, I still have it. Thank God. Don't I need to like press agree to something in a certain chat?
If you've already done it before, you might not have to do it again.
Yeah, it won't let me.
Oh,
I can't. I remember there being a lot more. A lot more. What's it called?
I would look in. Where might it be?
Removed role Bush member. Oh no. Added role Bush member. All right, that was weird.
Okay then.
Also, what's up with the paint scheme regulations and the driver teams? I don't really understand all that.
Paint scheme regulations, that's I think only for the Bush League, which I'm not gonna mess with. Driver teams, I think, is just because they want to feel fancy.
Can I be on my own?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I ain't with anyone.
Yeah, I'll probably be the same way. Yeah, don't I have to register somewhere? I remember there was a register chat.
I don't. There is a register chat for SCRA. But if you don't like the card, then I won't worry about it. Okay, so I think
I got that
have okay.
firewood.
So you did all the tire stuff. Did you go to Rally Tires?
Yeah, I have. Let me check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Rally on.
Okay. And did you do all the things in drivetrain? And so in the drivetrain section, do like fully upgrade clutch, fully upgraded driveline, rally differential, and race transmission, the regular one.
Oh, that sets me down to 2,495 pounds.
That's fine. That's fine.
Really?
Just for the rest, there's more of the build. Oh.
I have the race transmission in.
Okay. So to that, do you have any of the aero or appearances on?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to open up that can of worms.
I took off the wing because you can take off the stock wing. So I took off the stock wing. You don't need to. I did.
Ooh, it looks kind of.
It it kind of looks like a Cavalier without it, which I run Cavalier, so I like
Nah, it
it.
just looks.
Huh,
I'm not a fan
that's
of
fine. Do whatever
front-wheel
you want.
drive cars.
Either way, yeah.
I'll
I mean,
keep.
I started on them, but
I'll
I don't
keep it
like them too
on.
much. So okay, next go to. Let me open that up again. Cool. Platform and handling. Okay, sport brakes. So the second brakes.
Yep.
Rally springs and dampers.
I put a race on, but
I prefer rally. I don't know how big of a deal it makes in the end.
I
Upgrade.
try to go. I try to go realistic with mine. I asked my dad what spring rating it is, and it was like 1,000. And I was like, and when
I
I put it on the car. I thought, Jesus Christ, this is stiff as hell. So
Yeah,
I,
I've got some rough numbers that I know for this. Upgrade both anti-roll bars to race, and then the race roll cage.
yeah, I have that in.
Okay, sport weight reduction.
Yeah, but it sets me down to 2,474.
That's it'll be fine. So you got so I got all that.
Yeah,
Okay, now for the engine. So stock intake, sport.
stock intake.
Yes. Oh wait, no, sorry. Yeah. Intake manifold is sport. Okay. Stock fuel system, stock ignition, stock exhaust. Sport cams. So second level cam. Second level valve. Stock displacement, stock pistons. Street oil and cooling. And then
Wow, 250.
Yep, and then race flywheel if you can.
Yeah, I can, but 2,510. Oh wow, it went up.
Yeah, that's because of the oil and cooling is a little bit heavier. Also, I assume what PI are you at? Just curious.
Let me see.
Because I'm at 727.
I'm at 717.
Okay, what are we? I don't think that's all from the wing, is it?
Wait,
Oh,
let me
it
see.
is. Jeez.
I mean, does the wing make that much of a difference?
I don't think so, personally. I'm shocked that it's because it's a 5 pound difference. Okay, what's it say? 0 to 60, 100. Lateral G's.
I mean, do you really need downforce on a
No, you
shit
don't.
box? And plus, this is front wheel drive, so
Actually,
you know.
at top speed, is so the top speed with the wing is 165 miles an hour. Top speed
Yeah.
without it is 188.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of the wing,
Yeah.
but it's gonna look a little.
They're once you throw a good paint job on them, they're not terrible. But I mean, that's gonna be your big doozy. And then so that should put you at 2,505 pounds and 250 horsepower.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
250 horsepower, 2,505 pounds. We have the same car,
perfect.
besides
Okay,
tuning.
now I will throw a tune together. And the only reason why I'm not sending you a tune is in the SCRA. If you finish top 3, you get teched, which means you need to go into like a Discord call and show your tune or show your build. Okay, so tune car, tires all the way down on air pressure.
Both.
Yep, I'll get to gearing later, just because I need to get on the track. Anti-roll bars, I'm gonna go with like 14 in the front and 5 in the or 7 in the rear just to start with. Springs, I'll drop them to like 7 and 6, like 7 in the front, 6 in the back. Springs, drastic go down, so I'll put them both at like as close to 200 as I can, just as a base.
200.
Yeah. Damping, I'm leaving the rear alone, and I'm gonna go for 2.5 in the front and 2 in the rear. Nothing in aero, nothing in brakes. Actually, wait, I installed race brakes, didn't I? I might have not. I'll fix that. And then,
Never fucked with rebound stiffness. What is that, like damping or something?
so rebound stiffness is how fast the shock opens back up. The softer it is, the quicker it'll open it back up. It basically keeps your tire on the ground. So differential, I'd say acceleration to about 75%, decel to about 50%. And that should be
Wait, this determines how locked my
correct.
differentials, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm locking that all the way. I want to see what that's like.
If you lock it all the way, you're gonna push.
Really, on front wheel drive?
Yes. So so you can lock the diff and be okay. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, you can lock the diff and be okay in real life, but then you have to run a bunch of stagger, and you can't do stagger in Forza. So, like, if you lock it 75% of the way, then you'll have a little bit of slip, but you shouldn't ever spin the inside tire.
I don't think I'm gonna run front wheel drive in my racing career. I got a Monte Carlo that my dad has, so.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that you should run front wheel drive, but me and my brother, we're both running pure stocks now, or he's getting his pure stock built. But we will forever keep a front wheel drive around, just because they're really easy to race, and like they're predictable for the most part. I mean, what your local track? What size is it?
I think it's 3/8 of a mile.
Okay. That is, I personally wouldn't run. I don't like tracks bigger than 1/3 mile. That's a personal preference for the most part. But yeah, I can understand front wheel drive on a 3/4 mile is a bit sketchy.
Yeah, Diamond is well, they don't run enduros anymore because the owner kind of fucked the guy over that was promoting it.
Yeah.
So, and plus, Diamond is kind of I practiced on that before, and I don't like it because you have to watch out for so many things. That front stretch wall comes out of nowhere. And just the way that the whole track is built, it's so weird because when you're coming out of the second turn, you're literally climbing a hill on the inside line. It's weird.
Yeah, I like tracks with character, but like there's some things which I just don't like on certain tracks. But front wheel drive cars, they're pretty mindless. And so you can just focus on racing instead of driving.
Yeah, but I don't want them to be like too mindless.
I know, that's perfectly fine. And driving them is mindless, racing them is not. Right? If I could have gone straight to pure stocks, I probably would have wanted to go straight to pure stocks. But there's a lot less upkeep, and they're just easy, which I understand if you don't want easy. Okay, so gearing on the Integra, the only thing I changed is final drive to 3.10, and then I put second gear to 2.25 so that you can shift in the corners, because these things need to be in the high revs because VTEC, woohoo.
310, and then you just mess with the other one.
Yes,
second gear.
310 and second gear at 225.
Oh no, that's first gear. Oh shoot. Alright, let's see how this handles. I don't know, it's weird because they pull, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to how with rear wheel. Why am I the leader?
Because I joined yours. Like, but if you do ever drive front wheel drive, just if you get sideways, under no circumstances counter steer. You will turn head on into the wall.
Yeah, I kind of learned that in this game.
Yeah. If you get sideways, then either straighten the wheel out a little bit and hit the gas, because the front tires will pull you back around.
Oh, God. You have to run high.
Oh yeah, this track you have to run high.
Yeah, I always try to run low or the middle.
Yeah, I mean the middle can work.
I think
also,
you're pulling ahead from me.
Well, I've probably done hundreds of laps on this track, so.
So have I, but I've been in rear-wheel drive cars,
Oh, yeah.
something I'm a lot more keen on.
Oh yeah, I prefer rear-wheel drive too, but I mean, these things are fun. It's fun to do.
They're weird.
For me, it's different, and I like it. If you want the back end to stop coming around, then you could either what I do is I'll put a little bit of toe in on the rear. That'll help you with that.
These things are like shopping carts or like lawnmowers with the front-wheel drive on them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially when you put a wing on them. Like every time when my dad sees one of them front-wheel drive cars like on the road with this spoiler on the back, he gets so pissed off at it.
Yeah, they're pretty stupid. Okay, so what sort of rear-wheel drive cars do you have on Forza?
I have
for the Oval.
I have like a ton of Monte Carlos and Camaros.
Okay. Okay, I have a Buick. I've got two Buicks. They're both 500 horsepower. One is 3,200 pounds. The other is 3,600 pounds.
I have I have two Monte Carlos. One has 850, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
horsepower. The other one has 498 horsepower.
How heavy is the 498?
3,152 pounds.
Okay, cool. And what tires does that have on it?
I think they're off-road.
Okay, that's pretty much what mine has.
Then a Camaro. I too late now. I have 3 modified ones, but the ones for asphalt, like open racing, that the Forza has. What the hell is it called? Let me see. Horizon Open.
It's been so long since I've driven this one. I love it.
I don't think I've ever tuned this thing. I just built it like on Wednesday and just dipped it. Yeah, this thing is scuffed as hell.
Bye, Job.
Ooh. Oh, do you have cosmetic damage on or something?
Oh yeah, I always have cosmetic damage on.
So in the races, I heard they have simulation.
Depends on what race, but yes, for the main events they run simulation damage, and it's annoying.
Oh, it's annoying.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you had a really clean group, then it would be good. Like, but, like I led the majority of the last race, so I didn't have to deal with much. But, like, pretty much everyone behind me just got slower and slower because they kept hitting each other.
So are people in SCRA dirty?
There's like 3 people. So I'd say there's 2 people that could be considered dirty. White Sand Speedway had the dirtiest people in my opinion. There's one person which would just door anyone There's one person which about half the time they'd door anyone. Devil Dunes, it was mostly the same, but like there was a couple more people that were okay. SCRA, most of them are less dirty, but like Mullet hit me quite a few times. I don't think Sleepy care. Sometimes Sleepy will just drive in hard. Curtis, but I mean, if you ever race with me, Crimson, Barley, Animated, we're all pretty clean, or we try to be.
The only time I've ever raced with people on this oval is when people just find me in free roam and just decide to see what I'm doing.
Imagine now if you have 6 people or 8 people racing, people without fail, once a session, someone comes in and just messes around, and it's so annoying.
Oh wait, somebody like not in the convoy?
Yeah, thankfully they can't interact with us physically, but they will try and race with us, and it's stupid. And most of the time it'll be like a 4-wheel drive super duper Lamborghini something which blows us all out of the water, but we don't care.
Like, yeah, that's it. At my alright, so I don't go to Big Diamond Speedway, which is closer to me. I go to Grandview, and this one guy it's a all-wheel drive BMW or something. But
how big is Grandview?
It's smaller than 3/8. I don't know exactly,
so
but it's
probably
small.
Somewhere around, like, just rough guess, a third, because a third is like, it's not a tiny bull ring, but something like that.
Yeah, it's not Eldora, I'll tell you that.
Do the World of Outlaws go there? To Grandview?
No, I didn't see any videos of them at that track.
Do they race any sprint cars there?
Sometimes.
Okay, then I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around a third mile. Just because if it's a quarter mile, they'll rarely ever run sprint cars on a quarter. Unless
they run enduro cars. You know what enduro cars are, right?
They're different at every track, but yeah, I know the gist of enduro cars.
But they have like a few different types of enduro classes. There's small car, big car, junk car, and I'll be doing the big car because, you know, Monte Carlo V8.
What year Monte Carlo?
I don't know.
Well, is it
know.
This body style, or is it the older, bigger body style?
It's this body style.
Okay.
If it was older, that thing would be a boat.
Oh yeah, but like there was recently a bump to pass and then a figure-8 trailer race at one of my local asphalt tracks, and it was all big cars, and then one of this year Monte Carlo, and everyone was freaking out because on the backstretch there's this little bump and it would pick up the left front, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I've been seeing that for years, guys. Have you ever seen an IMCA stock car?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna pull out the Camaro because I might have similar horsepower with you, so I won't be a cheating little prick.
I'm fine. I have a couple other V8s that I like. If you just give me the specs on that, I could probably drum something up.
Yeah, this one I made after one of my dad's cars. Yeah, my dad really likes the car. It's a shame because street stocks are kind of dying in, like, where we are. I can't really find a lot of places where they run them.
So the problem is, well, obviously they don't make the cars anymore. Like, there's no one making 1970 Camaros. If you want quote-unquote street stock racing, your best option is IMCA hobby stocks, although it is 95% Monte Carlos.
Of course.
Yeah. Anyway, I personally, like, I don't like Camaros as much as I used to, just because in the Pacific Northwest, which we're about 5 years behind whatever's going on out east, forever it was just Camaros. And seeing 10 Camaros race, it's like, oh, I'm going to root for whatever's different. But like, there's very few Camaros around these days, and they don't make tube chassis for the Camaros. They make tube chassis for the Monte Carlos.
My dad only really cared about the handling aspect. He told me that Monte Carlos are G bodies, and my dad has some sort of personal, um, I guess,
Vendetta.
rage against, or no, it's just he has something negative with G bodies. He never liked them.
So, from what I understand, the big difference between the leaf spring cars and the G bodies or the metric cars is when you hit a gas in the metric car, because it's a four link, the rear end will push down. On the leaf spring, when you hit the gas, the whole back end will squat, because it'll just fold under the leaf spring, which they both have their drawbacks. Camaros have much better front geometry. When you load up the car, the camber will increase, whereas on the metric car, when you load up the car, the camber will decrease, so you get less right front grip. So, depending on the track and the loads that you're running, I think Camaros are generally better into the corner. Monte Carlos are better out of the corner.
Uh-huh.
But that's all kind of rough science.
I think, given the right tuning with the suspension and the Monte Carlo, they can handle as good as a, what's it called? Camaro?
Most all of the dominant cars in my area are Monte Carlos. So I know they can handle better. If you put the rear end of a Monte Carlo in a Camaro, the thing would handle like nothing else. Because Camaros just have great front suspension. Monte Carlos have great rear suspension.
I heard that third gens are really good with handling too, but they're coilovers.
Oh yeah, I have not. I've maybe seen 2 of them in person, and I think it's no one's committed to building one good, and I just don't know what the rule sets in my area if they allow for them.
I mean, I kind of like the third gens more than the second gens look-wise, but and I've only been in 2 practice sessions out of my entire dirt track racing career. I don't even do a race yet, so.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for second gens. Like, the problem is, like, if a first gen showed up, it would be my favorite car. Not because it is my favorite type of Camaro, just because I haven't seen any. I am a Chevy, I'm a GM guy through and through, but there was the biggest street stock race of the year. One of the last couple years was won by a Ford, and I was thrilled. Just because, like, something different won. That means that there's hope for creativity. If I was to race my favorite car, I'd probably be in a Camaro or a Nova. But I've got a Cutlass because, one, you don't see anyone with the Cutlass body style. And when I started, there wasn't very many metrics.
The Roadrunner division I told you about up at Diamond, that consists of Novas and Monte Carlos, mostly those 2. And you can see like a Cutlass here and there, and maybe what do they call them? Old Malibu.
Yeah.
They said any 1970 sedan, 1970 to 1987 sedan, no Camaros, no Firebirds, no Trans Ams, no none of that.
See, the problem is a Nova is basically a Camaro on the, under the sheet metal. They're like.
Don't they have a longer wheelbase though?
Potentially. I would need to look into that, but I know like the type of suspension, they run leaf springs. I believe they have similar front geometry. It also depends on the year of the Nova. I did not want to hit rewind, darn it.
We mostly have like 75 to 79 Novas.
Yeah, I think those are very similar to Camaros, but they're harder to get body panels for because no one makes aftermarket body panels for them.
I think the direction of dirt track racing is gonna go is stock car racing will no longer be a thing because not even front wheel drive cars. Like you're not going to see somebody show up with like a 2014 Ford Focus to a track or any car built after 2012, I'd say. I don't know. Two cars are just too complex to be turned into race
I
cars.
will
Like
have
you
to
can.
slightly disagree with you because there's a couple psychos in the Pacific Northwest. Like there's a couple Focuses. Someone I think built like a 2014 Sentra, and they are definitely having issues with the computer in it. But the thing is fast. Um,
Yeah.
so do you know pretty much anything about the IMCA?
I never heard of it.
Okay, IMCA, it's probably the biggest dirt track sanctioning body, similar to like UMP or USRA or USCA or whatever it's called. Anyway, they, you know modifieds, obviously, right?
How come you run so high on that backstretch there?
Because I get on the gas too early coming out of the corner and I'm not paying much attention. So
Yeah, I've seen it. I've been following you for about like a month or two now, and I just noticed that you guys like really like the outside.
If I don't want to go, I want to go about this high at best, and I don't really want to clip that berm that much, but I just kind of do because I'm not paying that much attention. But so do you know big block modifieds?
Yeah.
Do you know the other type of modified?
Small block.
Well, they're not necessarily small. Like they do run small blocks, but people call them open wheel modifieds or UMP modifieds. The modifieds.
Oh, do they look like late models without front fenders?
Kind of, yes. So those type of modified, IMCA
I know what you're talking about.
is the biggest sanctioning body to run that type of modified. And they also have stock cars, which are tube chassis Monte Carlos, basically. And they run like longer control arms, but they're mostly Monte Carlos, like in spirit.
Well, hopefully that comes to Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, okay, that's difficult because then IMCA rules the West Coast and the Midwest.
Yeah. Over here in the Northwest, you come up with like Midwestern modified that's like, again, late model without the front fenders. People are going to give you a few looks.
Honestly,
dirty looks.
I don't have any love for big block modifieds. Like they're not. I don't think they're bad in any way, but they just don't do much for me. I mean, I love how they're big and floppy and powerful, but they're just for me.
The only divisions I have a thing against are 305 Sprints, Crate Sportsman. We have over at Big Diamond. We have 602 Sportsman. They suck. I hate them. They crash.
Do they basically
they're like the
run late model bodies?
No, they're like a beginner modified division. Take a 100 horsepower. Motor.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know. The same body style as the big blocks.
Yeah, they suck though.
Yep.
They suck.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I can't stand them. They can't go like not even half a lap without crashing.
Do you have dwarf cars over there?
What?
Dwarf cars or Legends cars that run on dirt?
We have Roadrunners, and that's about it.
No, the dwarf cars or the Legends cars, they...
Oh, we have Legends, but we don't...
Does anyone...
Then we have Slingshots.
Oh, Slingshots, those are those the mini late models or the mini modifieds?
No, they're the modifieds with like a dirt bike motor in them.
Yeah. So dwarf cars are basically the same, except they're street bike engines, and I think there might be slightly shorter wheelbase, but they spin out all the time, and it's so annoying.
305 Sprints are like... Oh, you can talk.
No, go ahead.
305 Sprints, like, with the 410s, like it's all professional and you don't really get to see like them spin out as much. But with the 305s, it's like they think that they're, you know, they think that they're all that, but they're really not. And plus 305s have that ego. I think the 410s might have it too, but they have that ego where they're um like they rule the world and that the whole world revolves around them. I don't know. Maybe
Another
that's just a
issue with
stereotype.
the 305s is, I mean, I've done them on iRacing, so I'm obviously an expert. Um, but when you get super sideways in a 305, you don't have the torque and the power to really get it back going. So like you'll just kind of stall when you're yawed out too much, and then you'll just spin out because you don't have the power to try and drive it back out of the slide. So I think that might be an issue with them, or I'm psychotic. Either way.
You know what I hate too? I hate when they put them all in the front and then all the stock cars get like the shitty side of the track. Like they get all the dried up stuff and it just sucks.
See, there's sprint cars do one of two things. They either build a cushion or they dry up the track. Never have the four cylinders go first, or actually never have the four cylinders go first on the heat races, because they will chop up the track really bad.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Well, it's because if you're in a front wheel drive and you turn too hard, you'll just start digging and digging into the dirt. I'm taking such good lines right now. You never know. I won a bunch of races on this stupid track.
I have like a love-hate relationship with this track. Like, for one thing, it's probably the first best oval track on a Forza Horizon map.
Oh yeah.
Like Forza Horizon 1, you had that farm which was kind of okay. I don't remember Horizon 2 because I didn't play Horizon 2 that much.
I had it. There was nothing good.
Horizon 3 had a few good spots. You had the construction site and then that one soccer field, but they were both kind of ass. Horizon 4 had nothing. I hated Horizon 4 so much.
The thing is, this track is surprisingly good. You could run the bottom, you could run the middle, you can run the top. The top is the best, but it's hard. So like,
I'm gonna try running the bottom.
It's a decent oval, but why? It wouldn't be that hard to give it banking. It wouldn't be that hard to make an oval with banking. You did banking in the off-road truck circuit that's over there. Why couldn't you have given this banking?
Yeah, it is kind of stupid in my opinion, but
Or
I don't.
walls. I would have loved walls. I have a version of this track with walls that I made in the event lab, just because I hate the stupid poles.
I tried taking that dirt platform in the event lab and just building right over the track, and then I took a lap around it and I thought, oh, this is shit, and I just abandoned it. Then I made that other track I was talking about on the live stream.
Yeah, it is really hard to make good banked tracks.
I kind of just, I don't know what I did with that track. The track I built in Event Lab, that the only good one that I built, it has banking, but it's not very good. Like, do you wanna
Sure.
see it?
Sure, we'll do that track, and then I have a track that I want to show you. Then I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah. Where do I go to? Creative Hub.
Yeah, Creative Hub.
My Creative Hub.
Also,
Blueprint Events.
just curious, have you seen my video of 11 ovals in Forza?
Yeah, I seen that.
Okay. Well,
Um,
so do you remember the Eldora?
I think I might remember
Have
that.
you driven on it?
No, I.
Okay, because that's what I want to do, is run that Eldora, because that is incredible.
All right, I'll take my Monte Carlo. This track is small, by the way. This
Oh,
is a
yeah.
very small track.
I love short tracks. And even if it's a little too small, that's fine.
We have this one real big track called Sealands Grove Speedway. It's like really fucking massive,
Yeah.
but It's really long and really wide, and the only problem with it, I'd say, is they cater so much to the sprint cars. It'll make you sick to your stomach.
I like quarter miles or third miles. I don't like bigger than that personally. Just because speed doesn't do it for me. It's the G forces and like being on the edge. But I'd rather be on the edge at 60 miles an hour through the center of the corner than at 100 miles an hour through the center of the corner.
Selinsgrove Speedway is 0.5 mile.
I know of Williams Grove. I don't know that.
Yeah, Williams Grove is a paperclip.
Yep. I've done it on
But-
iRacing. It's okay.
Yeah, I haven't been to Williams Grove since COVID, but I wanted to go down there to watch the World of Outlaws, the late models, and it was a good show.
Yeah.
I think Brandon Shepard won.
No
I swear to
No
God, if though
shock. Brandon Shepard always wins.
I swear if the what's it called doesn't like, do you know how sometimes you load up a thing and it won't like
Oh, yeah.
load the assets you had
Oh,
in?
yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Well, now
Just
that
follow the
now
route.
that you said it, it will.
I hope it doesn't. Oh, I probably should have just done PvP instead of co-op.
Doesn't matter to me, really.
All right, do you see anything in there?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I've done this. I've driven this one.
Have you driven on this track before?
I spent like 5 hours looking for tracks. Actually, this one is. I might not have. Because I might have
Yes.
driven out on it at an earlier time. But this is actually really good. Like really good.
Oh, I thought this track was kind of mid.
I mean,
here.
I'm saying it is really good for dirt ovals because there's not that many good dirt ovals. Like, you know, I would be happy to race this with a lot of other cars.
Or front-wheel drive.
It wouldn't be super good with front wheel drives probably because it'd probably just be pin it and turn. But no, this is. I might not have done this one because this one is actually like, is good. It's not the most fantastically decorated, but
Yeah,
it's fun to
I'm-
drive on. And it's got what's it called? I just figured something out. It's got progressive banking. Although I just realized that the very, very bottom has more banking than the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what I was on.
How much speed
I-
can I hold around the very top?
At the top, I can reach 70 mile an hour, and that's pretty good, I'd say.
If we can get right
But that
in this,
flat
in
was.
this piece of junk, I could probably get 80 through the center of the corner if I pedaled it really well.
Well, I'm doing as much as I can to try and catch up to you, and you're gone.
This
So-
car has more PI than yours, so I don't know quite the differences in it. How fast can I get through?
That's a G body, right? Grand Nationals are G bodies, right?
Yep.
I don't see many G bodies. I don't think people make Grand National race cars because of how kind of rare they are.
Well, probably not the GNX, but it's likely that you've seen a Buick or an Oldsmobile, but because there's no plastic Buick or Oldsmobile noses, like they just put on the regular nose. Like I know of a
Yeah.
Firebird that has a Camaro nose. I'm sure that they'd rather have a Firebird nose on it because it's cooler.
My
Oh,
dad
this
told me
is all good.
Firebirds. My dad told me that Firebirds and what the hell?
I hit a wall.
Why is my camera making this noise?
Oh, did it zoom in and go whooshy?
Yeah.
Hit
and
pause and then unpause.
Hit pause. Oh, that's a wall.
Oh, see, it just did it to me too. It's something about when you get close to the finish line.
Yeah, well. The only problem I have with is that I can't change cars, so I'm gonna have to manually go out. And same thing with tuning.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it doesn't show up, like the
But
track and stuff.
it isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, but it's just kind of tedious after a while.
I like where you put the finish line.
Yeah. No track in the world would ever have asphalt infield. At least dirt, because
There's some that I know which have like little bit of asphalt pad.
yeah, but
Is-
you might blow out the rear. Locked rears on asphalt isn't exactly good. Here we have the victory lane. We get airtime.
Ah, no victory.
It
Where
knocked
did you-
down the sign.
Where did you hide the finish line?
Oh, I hit it in the tent.
Well, am I too fat to go in the tent? Up there we are.
Oh no, he beat me.
I'm the wiener. Actually, do you want to run the small oval that I have or Eldora?
Let's do the small one.
Okay.
I'll-
I don't know what the share code is off the top of my head, but if you just search Mankato, one word, Mankato, it should come up Mankato Speedway Free Run. And here's my fun little track.
What you were saying about seeing a Camaro or no, a Firebird with a Camaro
Yep.
nose piece? Have you ever seen a Nova with a Monte Carlo nose piece?
All the time.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Yeah, but they don't make plastic noses for other cars.
Yeah, but I don't
I know.
I don't like it.
I don't
It
like
looks
it
like
either.
shit.
I don't like it either. But like, what else you gonna do?
Not have one. That's just me though.
I mean, I don't blame you. So, you could either make me the thing or search the thing on the thing. Either way works for me.
Sorry for the coughing. You're kind of
Oh, no
sick in
worries.
your head.
Oh, and I threw my phone.
So I found out the size of Grandview, and it's 1/3 mile.
Oh yeah, I love 1/3 mile.
Yeah, but here's the thing about Grandview. My dad told me if you go high in Grandview, you're gonna go straight into the wall.
Oh, that's not. I don't like that. I like the high side.
I like giving people as much room as possible, but I mean at the same time, like close compact racing looks fun, but that definitely does also look kind of complicated to do.
It is. Like once you get a good hold of the car, it's not that bad. But I try my best to never go into the corner directly behind someone. So I'll normally be half a lane up, half a lane low.
All right, what's the?
It is Mankato. I think if you just search Mankato, would be the only one to come up.
Oh, I'm the
Yep.
leader. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. No, not mine. Oh shit. What got you into dirt track racing?
So my dad used to race asphalt, and then the track closed, and then after that, the only local tracks were dirt. And like, oh, this is something. But way back then, it's like, dirt is for farming, not racing. And then my brother bought a Pinto, and he raced at the dirt track. And then my dad bought a 4-cylinder Daytona, raced it at the dirt track, and then we haven't stopped since. And that was in
Mankato Speedway Free Roam.
Yep.
Mankato Speedway Free Roam.
Yep, by Cutlass Dorsals.
There's like 3 events.
Why? Oh, I don't know why there's 3 events, but
Alright, we'll do the one that has the most plays.
yeah.
Let's do PvP this time. All right, what were we talking about before?
Getting into
Oh,
dirt track racing.
dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think since 2012 we just haven't stopped.
Well, my dad just got me into it. My dad used to be like really good at it, and I'm not saying he's been bad or anything, but back then he didn't have a family to support, so he was kind of on his own. So he could spend more money to race, and I think he has almost 40 feature wins.
Damn. I've got 4.
So, you got 4. I ain't got shit.
Well, I mean,
Then again, I just started.
yeah. So I should have 5, but I threw one away on the last lap, and my dad beat me. But in the Tracer class, I got 4 main events, 4 trophy dashes, and the championship and Rookie of the Year. Then the next year in the adult class 4 cylinders, I got second in points in Rookie of the Year. Then I shared a sportsman with my brother, and we got co-Rookie of the Year. And then in Pure Stocks, I got Rookie of the Year. So it's just like, oh, every single time. Yep, this is the correct version. Okay, so you're gonna kind of go off to the side and then under the track and then back onto the track. So just follow me.
Wow. Is it just one whole lap?
So you just run laps until you stop running laps. The track is set to 2 laps because if I have it set to 1 lap, it'll just instantly finish the race.
Yeah, I shouldn't have drifted that corner. Oh boy! Oh boy! This is a sight to see.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Is this is dirt, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, this actually looks pretty nice. Kind of skinny though.
It is. This is closer to the track that I raced, and this was the first one that I built, so I didn't want to do double layered or anything else.
The one that I showed you, that was my first and only. Well, that was maybe like my 3rd track I built. The other 2, I deleted them. I hated them.
Oh, if
Yes.
you come to the
That's
infield,
a wall.
I will show you my greatest creation.
Did you build something inappropriate?
No, it's not inappropriate. I've got standards.
You know what I like about this track? You don't have to constantly be changing gears.
Oh yeah.
It's like real racing, because I have never shifted.
Get on the track, shift a second on the backstretch, and then you're good. Now come over here. Come over here. Look at this glorious creation.
What?
Look over there.
We're at.
To your
Oh,
right.
the plane. Jesus.
The plane with excavator treads.
How did you do that?
There's an excavator that's upside down, half underneath the floor, and then I just put a plane on top of the treads.
That is cursed.
It is, and I love it.
So, about SCRA, do they race on like Event Lab creations too?
Not yet. So
Not yet.
So none of the. So, I think a lot of people there had seen my video, but for whatever reason they didn't understand that they could race on them too or something. Oh yeah, the wall's a little bit sticky in a couple of spots. I have no idea why. But they're planning on next season. They're gonna run that track. They already love this track, and they love Daytona. I'm sure that they'd like your track because it'd be easy to drive on.
Mine's just really wide, and
Yeah.
this track's cool. I like this one. I like yours has more aesthetic to it, like
Yeah.
scenery on the outside. Mine is just kind of a stadium inside of a stadium.
Yeah, I try to add aesthetic stuff just because I it just makes it feel better to me. But like, I get lazy really quick.
So next season, as in next year.
Probably not next year. They have like 6 races left. Um, and then I'm assuming they'll probably start another season after a couple week break, maybe. I don't know. I am not gonna commit to much during race season. Like, I kind of want to run for points with the SCRA because I only missed 1 race, and I won the only race I've run so far, and I want to just show up and win their championship without like being invited. Just, hey, I just show up and kick all your butts. That's fun. And if they start running different tracks, I'll definitely try and run more, just because it's fun. And then who knows, I might start actually
need to-
make tracks more.
I need to put this thing. I need to give it some more speed. There's too much acceleration with the final drive.
Yeah.
Just short.
Yeah, so shockingly, for a lot of the cars, the tuning for this track is very similar to the tuning for the flat track. Because there's
Really?
so yeah, it's close. It's not exact. But like, I'll normally have my second gear, just like 30 miles an hour shorter than my third gear, to basically use as a, oh no, I screwed up the corner, drop a gear for the setup. So that's what I'll normally run on this track.
What you said about SCRA doing event lab creations, definitely show them my track.
Oh,
I'd like
I
to
definitely-
see people driving on my creations.
I definitely will. Like, honestly,
You liked it that much?
oh yeah, it seems like something. Now I might make a rule if I'm running the race of you cannot run the very, very bottom line. Just because the fact that there's a line that is probably the most banked and the shortest way around, that is just going to make the race, that's going to become the dominant line. So I might make a rule of, hey, do not run that line. But besides that, it's good, there's space, and there's banking. And it's smooth enough that it isn't bad to drive on.
Oh, you mean on my track? Yeah, that was. I think I put that banking on the bottom there to indicate, like, when to not,
Yeah, well, a lot of tracks, the whole racing surface is elevated. Just a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
so like, do you know Greenville Pickens Speedway?
Is this real life or a
Yes,
game?
It's real life.
I might have heard of it.
Yeah. Well, it was built on a hill, so the entire track is like, if you wanted to, you could have like an 80-degree banked corner that runs on the inside of the racetrack, just because of the way it's built. So like, it makes sense shape-wise, but it's just like, hey, don't run down there because that'll make the racing less fun. But I mean, if I'm at some point, I'm gonna make another list, and this track's gonna be on the next list, and your track will probably be on the next list, because it's,
Horizon Speedway.
yep. I might give it a more fun name because I think there's other Horizon Speedways, but I digress.
What the hell? Oh, that's right. I only did 1 lap.
But yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna get in last place. Oh no. What will I ever
now
do?
I'm undefeated against you. You got to step up.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
We have similar, or no, we have different cars. Maybe if we had similar, like, really close cars. Rear wheel drive, obviously. You would cook me in front wheel drive.
Yeah, I've so you said you've been stalking me for months or something like that?
Or a month.
For a month. So what have you been watching? Just curious.
Mostly the street stock races and the
Okay, so
super late.
So you've seen, okay, so you saw the White Sand Speedway, so yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that, actually no, because there's also the Devil Dune. So yeah, so you saw the, yeah.
Okay. So I filmed probably about a quarter of the stuff I ever did. So there's
Oh,
plenty more where
Oh.
that came from. So I've turned many laps on this wretched track.
could you edit like is there a way for me to edit my track so that I
Oh,
could
yeah.
probably put like something on
Yeah.
that bottom line?
You can go back and edit them.
Yeah, I won't put like a wall there because inside walls are just kind of no.
Yeah.
I might
You could put tires on the bottommost line, the line above
But
it. You just
are
like
they movable?
yes, there are movable tires and there are immovable tires. You can pick which one you want.
Probably immovable.
Yeah.
They'll call it a very bottom line.
Yeah. But there's plenty of options. Your track reminds me of Kokomo.
For the rest of my dirt racers,
Kind of
eh?
Kokomo-ish.
Just kidding. You're my
What?
favourite.
Is that
Get
a
out there and
real
show
life
them
track?
what you
Yes.
got.
Look it up. It is a quarter mile, and it is basically, if you wanted to, the racing surface, you could go like 10 sprint cars wide, but the very bottom is completely flat and the very top has banking. And you'll just have
Alright.
one person crawling along the tires and one person railing it around the top. I would recommend looking up video for Kokomo.
Kokomo.
Yeah, Kokomo. Anyway, yeah, I've got race
I
car
spelt it
store.
wrong, but oh well.
Kokomo.
Kokomo Speedway, quarter mile, semi-dirt, sprint cars.
Yeah,
I'm not a
it's-
huge sprint car.
One, but it's at least worth watching, just to see. It's a fun track.
Oh wow, that does look like my track. Holy shit.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta hop off because I've got race cars to work on tomorrow. But
Tomorrow, what do you have going